Welcome back. Tomorrow is the first day of Ramadan, and Muslims around the world will be fasting. They will break their daily fast with an evening meal called Iftar.
And here to shed some light on the significance of Ramadan and with delicious recipes to break that fast is Chef Bashir Munye. Welcome back to the show, Chef.
Thank you very much for having me. It's always great to be here.
Well, Chef Bashir, you fast during the month of Ramadan. So can you tell us about the significance of this month and how do you personally practice fasting?
Sure, there are over 2 billion people around the world that celebrate Ramadan. And myself and my family, we celebrate Ramadan in a very a multicultural way, just like Torontonians. I grew up in Italy, so you can imagine at one moment I'm eating supplì, like rice balls with cheese, and the next moment I'm eating culturally significant meals to us. So every night it's something a bit different in our home, but it's extremely pleasurable, exciting, and absolutely meaningful for everyone.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
So the meal to break fast, as we mentioned, is called Iftar. So tell us a bit about what these meals are like, and are they different for different people?
Yeah, absolutely. As I was mentioned, there are over 2 billion people, and from household to household, they vary. Some of the dishes that are brought today that are really close to me at heart because a couple of friends of mine, one of them is Idil, is a nutritionist. So culturally, she grew up in Somalia, but she was born in Somalia, but she grew up in Dubai. And my other friend is Shamia, and she's a Persian. She's born in Pakistan, but she has roots in India, in Afghanistan as well. So the food that you see today is really a combination between my own heritage as a Somali person, plus Pakistani samosa. We have a little bit of a lentil soup that is inspired by Dubai as well. So
great.
Wholesome.
I love that. So when you break fast and you choose these meals then, is there a religious significance to the food that you choose or the meal you choose to break fast with? Or is it sort of caloric, so you have a certain number of calories you need to consume? Or is it strictly just personal choice?
I think it's a personal choice, but it also very much tied on where people are. So if somebody's Muslim and they're from China in the southern region, the food they would be eating is significantly different from somebody who was born in the Middle East. So from household to household, they vary, but there are certain elements that are common for us in Somalia. So for me, the first thing that my mother said, you've been fasting all day long, so drink a cup of water and then indulge in some dates. And the chef that I am, I can't just eat regular dates. So I have some lovely medjool dates stuffed with toasted almonds, beet hummus, some orange peel, and some mint. So it is culturally different for everybody, but I think you definitely will try this one. And in Senegal, I have a friend of mine who celebrates Ramadan, and they also have a tiger nut.
Oh my goodness.
There's a smokiness in here.
Tell us a little bit more about this. There's a bit of bite too.
Yeah, I add a little bit of a chili because you find a lot of a sweetness from the dates and the beets as well. So I wanted to provide a little bit of a warmth as well. And I feel this is like a good way to kind of awaken your senses after you've been breaking your fast.
Oh, it's delicious.
And do you want to talk about this as well?
Yeah, absolutely. This is tiger nut milk. This is the new thing. Just like people, they've been drinking cashew milk and oat milk and so forth. Although it's called tiger nut, it's an actual tuber. And it's really good for you. It's clean, it's wholesome. It's fantastic for people that also have diabetes and other health issues. So during Ramadan, although there is a very caloric food in front of us, I think it's very important to drink something that is very wholesome as well.
Oh, that is so delicious. So up next, we have something called mukmad, which is also called odka. So tell us what that is.
Yeah, Somali people, we are nomads by nature. We care for our cattle. This is the quintessential dish from Somalia. It's a sun-dried and then submerged in its own fat beef. So either camel meat or otherwise you can have it with beef or any other poultries.
Yes.
So they get sun-dried and then later on gets conserved in their own fat so the food can stay fresher for a longer time.
So this is when you would take a little piece of bread and you would put that onto bread itself?
So you will take a piece of anjera and then you will have some anjera, a little bit of the jerky beef, and it's salty, sweet, and absolutely...
The injera looks like a bit of a pancake?
It kind of looks like a crimpet.
Like a crepe?
Like a crepe? If you had a crimpet, so it's like a bit, a bit tangy, sourdough. Yeah.
It was really good. Okay, so next we have a soup. It's a filling soup called shurbat adas.
Absolutely.
And it looks very comforting, cozy.
Yes.
So how's it prepared?
Soul food, sweating some onions, a little bit of a garlic, a lot of a coriander and cumin. I finish it with a little bit of what I call like funky butter. It's an Ethiopian butter that have a lot of spices and seasonings, so it gives it more richness and depth in flavor.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
So
Drew, what is
good.
is it lentils?
Yeah, those are lentils. So some households, they use
Ones you
lentils,
write
some
up.
people, they use the split peas. Yes.
Wow.
Thank
Okay,
you.
up next, we have samosas. All of us have a little bit of a different one, so tell us about all of them.
I thought about you first and foremost because I know you're pescatarian, but this one is a vegetarian option. And this is the way Pakistani people, they will make it.
Okay.
So they'll make the dough from scratch. Careful, that's Mohammed's pepper sauce.
Hold on.
I mean,
Put
I
that
just want to
down.
do a little
Forte.
thing. And these ones are samosa, fish samosa, and those are from Somalia, so they're a little bit different. And yours, it's an all beef. So most of the time when people have a samosa, they expect the Indian or Pakistani. Those ones right here with beef. But what do you think?
Oh, it's delicious.
the beef one is
sauce.
incredible.
Wow.
And the sauce is amazing.
I'm
Okay,
scared.
so
Can I do it?
what kind
No.
of pepper is that?
Those are like green chilies with onions, garlic, lemon juice, and fresh herbs.
So could you just fill this with anything? Like you mentioned there's 3 different, like there's fish, there's vegetarian. Could you do chicken? Could you do anything?
Anything that your heart
All
desires.
right, we're in. Chef Bashir, you know what? Thank you so much. This was such a pleasure.
Delicious.
Thanks for watching. We've got lots more discussion and debates on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.